Hello, welcome to Warnish Radio, a radio show where we talk about thoughts, feelings, and emotions alike. And I'm your host, Warnish, and it has been an entire year. It's been an entire year of YouTube and me and you, my very cool viewers, and a lot. Actually, it's been a year of a lot. A lot has been, a lot has happened this year, and I wanted to get into kind of this year compared to last year because I feel like last year's video, honestly, I looked back on it a couple times this year, and it was pretty sad. I think I had high hopes of completely changing just the trajectory of my life, and I think I overshot those expectations a lot this year. But it's kind of strange because I still haven't found this appreciation for myself, and I thought if I worked so hard and if I kept going at it, that I would find that inner peace, but I still have this weird feeling within me that I can't get over. Sorry, I'm kind of tearing up a little. I don't know why this is upsetting me, but I'm very proud with how Warnish Radio specifically turned out because it's so vulnerable and it's everything I wanted it to be. I know a lot of people compare this to Jay Schlatt's content, but I wanted it to be something really special. And I wanted it to be something that connected me with myself and the content that I would watch, but also with my friends, with the people that put in time to watch these videos. I feel like it's really hard for me to record these. And sometimes I feel like I have to put on a mask. And then I look back on those videos and I'm like, I'm not uploading this. This isn't me, you know? And, I don't know. I feel like I expect so much more from myself and I keep wanting more. And I acknowledge that, but it doesn't help me change very much. It's like it's strange. I have a lot of confidence in myself and I feel like I know what I deserve, but I keep wondering why I can't be as good or better than a lot of people that either I know or that I don't know. And I just look online and I see all these cool people my age or even years younger just editing so much better and are so much more artistically driven and draw so much better. And even though they're completely different art styles and people in general, and people I don't even know, somehow that affects me. Because I feel like I'm not working hard enough, and at the same time, I feel like I rest too much, but I also don't feel rested at all. And I cover these thoughts with noise. I just like listen to way too much music and don't even think too hard about why I listen to certain artists. My top artist for the past 3 years has been Tyler the Creator. He is a great motivator for a lot of the content that I make. He writes music very vulnerably, passionately, and he proves people wrong every time he makes an album, and he won't stop talking about it, which I think is great because I feel like he's allowed to have that right. But also, it's strange because you'll see this man who seems very secure and seems like he has everything. Um, Even like Flower Boy era, you know, he'll talk about buying cars and new things to fill this void. Um, but still, that's not what he wants as a person. He wants the inner peace within his mind. And I think in one of his interviews, um, I forgot which interviewer asked him, but he was just asked, have you found your inner peace yet? And he says yes. And for some reason, like, I forget most of his interviews when I watch them, but that part really stood out to me. Just him confidently saying that he's found inner peace within his mind. And I remember feeling like some sort of jealousy because I was like, oh, like, I can't find any peace within my mind. But also, I feel like I don't let myself. And throughout this year, I was having more thinking time, but then I stripped that away because I felt like it was getting harder and harder to sit and like do nothing. I feel like I was getting more and more anxious. And it was getting to the point where I was telling this girl about it because this girl, I was forced to work with her in general, and she would notice how anxious I would get, and she'd have to tell me to calm down when we'd work on things. And then like other people would get frustrated and I would get frustrated. There's other stuff, there's more context of the story, but you don't need the context really. Just know we were working on something and we were all getting really frustrated, I guess. And I was just anxious and I was like, dang, like I wish we were all more calm about this and this needs to pan out right. And I was like, I don't know if this will end up good, and like I don't think anybody's gonna like it. And then instead of like, you know, encouraging me, she just told me to stop. And I didn't know how to feel about that, but I remember it really affecting me for some reason. And I was like, damn, why do I care? Like, I don't really care about this girl, which I didn't. But I felt very disrespected. And then I remember towards the end of the year when I didn't have to work with her anymore, I remember, sorry, I'm trying to recollect my thoughts. I remember talking about like the one thing I regret was I wish I wasn't so anxious, and I just went about it because a lot of the things I do really aren't the end of the world, and I know that very, very clearly. I know that. But for some reason it affects me. And all she said was, yeah, just stop being anxious. And then she had this very dirty look on her face, and she had this kind of, she had a disgusting way of saying it. I guess like what it sounded like was, it kind of went like this. I felt like this year, let's say I'm talking, I felt like this year I was pretty anxious, and I wish I wasn't so anxious. Like I wish I just I don't know, had fun and didn't care very much because things weren't as serious as I thought they were. And then her response would be something like, yeah, you were like really anxious. Like you just need to relax and calm down. And in my head, I didn't know how to feel about that, but it really affected me because a lot of people in my life just tell me to stop and just tell me to relax. But I don't know what that means because I feel like nobody is realistic about it. I feel like everyone kind of acts like there isn't this thing there bothering them. I guess like people are quick to get over things, you know, if they're feeling good in the moment, they're not going to think about the bad things that they felt in the past. Like this thing that was bothering this girl, this project, she was not thinking about it at that point. So to her, that what she was feeling then didn't matter. And to me, I'm thinking about every project I've made, and I'm thinking about the reactions I've received and how kind of like demonized I guess things get. And it's not like I wanted to share these projects, you know. Usually like I can post something online, I'd be happy with it, and I don't look at it. I don't really stalk my YouTube as much. I don't check the stupid studio app every day because I don't really need to see the numbers skyrocket. I feel like it's not good for you, so I just choose not to do it. Every YouTuber will tell you, hey, don't look at the numbers. So I just choose not to look at the numbers and just kind of try to go about my day. In my head, if I feel like my content looked really good, I'll post that and be proud of it. But I think up until recently, a lot of the content I've been making, I just haven't been happy with it. I think like my latest video, for example, I think generally it's a great video, but I don't know why, something about it, I wasn't like too happy with it. I think like I am really picky about my intros and I really want my intros to be perfect. But for some reason, like I'm stumping myself because I'm watching like other editors make stuff with like Adobe After Effects, which I literally can't afford. And I'm just like so jealous of them and I want to edit like that so bad. But or even like I don't know. I'm not like that type of editor, and I'm sure like at a certain point I could get to that point, but for some reason I want these things immediately. I want to get that good immediately. And then that demotivates me so much to where like I don't want to touch the software. Now I'm like, ugh, like I don't want to make a new intro right now. Either that or I'll just like force myself to make an intro, but then something will feel wrong about it, and I think that's what happened with my last video. Like that intro was great, but I feel like the intention behind it was kind of wrong because it almost felt forced and I didn't like that. I guess I don't like how angry I got this year. I think I got pretty angry about a lot of things. I was pretty angry about lack of control in my life, and I was very frustrated about how other people view things. I remember like I was telling some friends like how mad I am about like how weird YouTube has become and the landscape of everything, and then everyone kind of treats it so nonchalantly, like why are you thinking about these things? These things will make you unhappy. And it's like everyone does bad things, like why do you care about this? And I'm like, dude, like you're just gonna casually let the world get worse. You're not gonna be mad about things. I feel like there are things that you should be mad about. But instead I'll have friends that just want to argue with me, which is weird. And I really question the intent behind these actions, actually. That hasn't been very healthy for me. Especially since these arguments to me aren't very genuine, but I feel like the fact that I have friends that want to tempt me just for entertainment is really weird. And recently I haven't really been, I guess, I don't know how to act. I don't know what Warnish themselves should act like. I don't know if I should be funny or serious or vulnerable or sad. I don't know how Warnish should be. Obviously, how they feel in the moment, they should be themselves. But I feel like I've been kind of trying to entertain people all the time and haven't been acknowledging myself a lot. And I want to acknowledge myself a lot more this year because I know I deserve it, and I know that the time I put into myself will be worth it. But I feel like I don't deserve to sit in silence for some reason. I feel like I don't deserve that. I don't know why. I feel like I'm not as cool or as good enough for my friends. and I don't feel extremely acknowledged even when I am. It's kind of weird to describe, but it's really hard for me to feel cared about, I guess. And if I do, it goes away very fast. I just don't feel like I deserve to be cared about for some reason. Even though I acknowledge that I do, it is a feeling. It's a feeling, and I don't know what that feeling is, but it's there, you know? And I also realize that Warnish radios can be sad. I was very embarrassed looking back at my old Warnish and Minecraft and Talking videos, and I was like, why am I so sad here? But the whole point is that I'm vulnerable and that these are genuine, you know? I shouldn't only record on happy days. And I shouldn't only be talking about the good parts that are going well in my life. I think I deserve to talk about the bad stuff. This channel is made for me, you know? And I wanted to bring back old vulnerable content that was actually good. I feel like I watch a lot of YouTube videos and a lot of YouTubers are kind of fake vulnerable, or like the fact that they have a script kind of makes it worse. I don't know how to describe it. I didn't script this video. I feel like I'm just getting better at talking about certain. I'll script specific topics and I'll tell you when I script it because the content I make is very genuine. But this one isn't very scripted, and that's sort of why I'm making this content. It's supposed to be for me. It's supposed to be great because it's the most open version of myself. But I'm also scared of how other people will watch these and what their opinions will be, because I'm scared of parasocial attachment. But I'm starting to realize that that's hurting the art that I make. And I'm also realizing that even if I put up a front and I cover stuff up, it will happen anyways, because it always does when you're a content creator and you have some sort of I guess you put yourself out there just a little bit. People will take that and run away with it and do what they want with that. I also want to bring back the monotone version of me, or my monotone voice, I guess, is a good way of wording it, because I've been animating my voice way too much. Why is this so expensive? Hello? Alright, well, we'll just make a new one. Like, what the fuck is that? Like, and what is too expensive? I didn't know they had this update back in 1.8.2. I thought they patched it for newer versions. That's just wrong, Minecraft. What is that? That's just wrong. Anyways, sorry. 33? That's expensive. That's actually too expensive. Whatever, fat balls. So I guess like this year, I want to stop being so anxious, I guess, but also I want to be patient with myself and I guess like acknowledge myself a lot more to where I can have peace of mind. I think like every morning, the first thing I'll want to do is get up, obviously brush my teeth because I hate morning breath. Like, I think morning breath is one of the worst things ever. Like, I hate morning breath. Anyways, I'll get up and I won't want to talk to anybody. I'm not a very good morning type of person. In the morning, I do not want to even see anybody. I want to just like lay for like 2 hours straight and just see nobody. And I just want to listen to something. That's what I want to do. I don't want to sit down in silence. For some reason, I'll just want to hear noise that will motivate me to do anything, because when I listen to music, that is what will make me feel, you know, make me feel super, I guess, great and super motivated. And so that doesn't keep me very routine oriented, I guess. And I feel like that will kill my energy later in the day. So it's not a great thing to do. It's also just not good to not let your brain sit in silence, because your brain needs to organize itself. And you have thoughts, and you'll start to realize how far your mind goes when you can sit in silence and you don't just listen to something. Especially when you're multitasking, your brain is numbing itself more as you multitask. It's feeling less for the things that you are participating in. For example, if you're playing a game while watching a video, you're enjoying the game less. You can tell yourself that you're enjoying what you're doing, but you could be enjoying the fact that you're numbing yourself with what you're consuming and these two things that you're doing. But when you focus on one thing, you're able to appreciate that one thing even more. And whenever I play like a solo game and I'm only focused on that thing, it feels great when I play it. That's how I felt when I played the first Life is Strange. That game was so great, and all I did was play it, no music, no anything, just straight gameplay, and it felt great. It was awesome. The game is awesome. It has an awesome soundtrack, awesome story, and I felt like I left with something afterwards. Life is Strange is a great game, by the way. If you have not seen someone play it or played it yourself, like, I feel like you're missing out. Honestly, great game. Chloe's a baddie. I just self-reported. Just self-reported. I hope nobody watches these. But I am looking back, like, I did so much this year. I don't think I have any regrets, actually. My only regret is not realizing how great I did this year, because I did really great. I think I did a lot. Like, I did a lot for the channel. I did a lot for my confidence. I met so many friends who are like really cool. And I have explored myself artistically. I make things that I can be proud of, and I have friends that appreciate me so much that all I want to do is just talk about them. But sadly, I can't do that because I feel like that would get annoying. And my taste in music and art has just grown tremendously. But I also feel like I wasted a lot of time consuming stuff that I don't think I'm overwhelmingly passionate about. Like, I'm really passionate about YouTube, but I wish I watched a lot more like indie movies instead of how much YouTube I watched, because I want to study the cinematography, and also people think a lot more story wise when they're making cool movies, instead of like people who pump out 20-minute YouTube videos about a topic that is quick entertainment. Like, I've watched a lot of Moist Critical this year, and he's great, but I feel like I shouldn't be watching so much Moist Critical, because it's just kind of news in the moment, and the only thing that's like really cool about it is his great commentary. But I've studied enough commentary. I think I've got that part kind of down, and to be honest, I don't really want to be a commentary video essayist, because that's kind of boring. For me, like, I wouldn't be able to do that really, and I don't think I'd be super passionate about it. I could make like 2 videos that's like video essay oriented, and then I could run away and hide for a while, and never want to make one again, because they're so informative that I would explode. Like, I think I want to get to a point where I could, I guess, make YouTube partly a career, but I don't want to be money centric. So many creators are way too money centric, and you can tell that it affects the content. I remember Jay Schlatt admits honestly way too much that he makes a lot of content for money now. Like a lot of it's for money, and he doesn't like how much fame he's received. And so he does this so much that his fans, whenever he uploads any video, I guess, there's something that feels money grabby about a lot of like his main channel videos. His side channel videos are very passionate. But main channel stuff, the reaction stuff, you can tell he doesn't want to be making those. He has to drink alcohol to make those videos. Like it gets that bad. And everyone will write in the comments, wow, like he really needs money for rent this week. Schlatt really needs the money for this video. And honestly, like it's a bit off-putting because he'll firmly admit that. And I'll firmly watch those videos no matter what because he's so entertaining to me. But also like I'm learning a lot from his videos. But then that made me realize, wait, like Schlatt is fairly honest about this. How many YouTubers aren't honest about this? And then I feel like any YouTuber with a schedule that's way too firm, or any YouTuber that pumps out a ton of content and feels like they're pulling up a personality, feels very money grabby, and I feel like that hurts the content. And I don't want to get to a point where people actually view Warnish Radio as a podcast, because there are gameplay videos where people just talk and make commentary with gameplay. It's not necessarily a podcast thing, it's what videos are. And now you'll have like YouTube videos on Spotify now because nobody wants to focus on a screen. They want to like listen to something while they're doing laundry or whatever, because people like feeling productive and unproductive at the same time, which is kind of strange. It's like you want to be entertained while also making sure you're productive. It's very strange, really. I do that a lot, and I also think it's very strange that I do that. And to me, this feels very money grabby because it's like, hey, I could also make money if I post this in a podcast form and my viewers will watch it while they're doing things. But it's like, wait a minute, isn't that what a YouTube video is? It's just gameplay of stuff with people talking. It's just a reaction video. Now we're turning into podcast form, and now podcasts are just like another word for commentary or anything in general. It's really strange. And then we have like lots of Patreons now, which honestly is fine. You know, support the creators that make your stuff. But I also think you should sign up for a podcast that offers you something instead of outtakes and content or something. Stuff like that is what I think about a lot, as you can tell. But I'm saying to think about a lot. Think a lot about the content creators that you watch and the stuff that you make, and the stuff that other people make, because a lot of it can be money grabby. A lot of it can be deceiving. I would say maybe don't touch any Mr. Beast videos because I don't think those are way too dystopian and just teach you to obsess over money and teach you that people can be used as props for entertainment. Those are also really bad. But these get millions of views and clicks and likes, which is why I'm saying even if a video performs well, always question the creator behind it. And that's also what I've realized this year. Consume at your own risk, because what you consume does affect you, and you should think about your actions and what you do, and you should reflect on yourself, and don't bubble yourself into this persona or whatever front that you put on, because it will not make you happy. Is what I'm starting to realize. I hate the sound that Endermen make when they die. It's really annoying. But yeah, what I'm trying to say is that I need to personally stop being a clown and stop drowning in my own content, because it is bringing down my self-worth, and I feel like I'm pretty great, but I need to acknowledge how great I am, and I'm sure you know how great I am. Guys, aren't I great? Come on, please. Isn't my content amazing? Yeah, I just want to be more natural in myself and make stuff that feels like me, I guess. Yeah. Don't want to put on a persona just because other people want me to. Or because, like, it feels like the safest option. I'm tired of playing it safe. I don't need to play it safe for anybody. The stuff I put out is just stuff I want to put out. And it feels great when I do that. But also, I wanted to announce something. This year, I will be face revealing. No matter what. I'm going to face reveal this year. And it's going to happen. You're going to see my face. You're going to see it. And then you're gonna see it. And it's going to happen. And I'm scared. Because I actually, like, don't want a face reveal. But I have to. It's not necessarily a want to type of thing. It's a have to. I have to do it because not face revealing has not boded well in the past, and it's only made me way too closed off, and it gives me an excuse to hide myself. But also because I'm tired of how curious people get about me, and I feel like I'm not left alone because people feel obligated to see my face and people care about what I look like physically, which is a bit strange. I don't personally understand it, but it's something that happens. And I always feel like there's eyes on me, and I don't like that feeling. And I want to be rid of that feeling. You know, I am a very private, secretive person, but I'm also very honest. And I try to be honest, and that's what I am. So I feel the need to show my face, and also I feel the confidence to show my face. But I hope that you, my viewers, will not make me regret that decision. You know, I'm not asking for support, but I do not want to be weirded out, I guess is what I'm saying. I feel like people commenting about if I'm hot or not shouldn't be a topic, because I feel like that's happened in the past. You know, when I've shown my face, like, to, like, a one person or two people, just to see how they would react. Like, I've only gotten reactions I didn't like, and just, it's very weird. Honestly, traumatizing experiences. Like, there's a specific example of when I joined a live video from this artist that I was a fan of for a while. He made pretty good music, and he only had like 10 people watching. He was a very underground artist, but for some reason he made videos rating people, and I remember, like, it said, oh, this artist wants you to turn on your camera and join the video, and I was like 13 or something. I didn't know what that even meant, so I just clicked it by accident, and then my face popped up. And I remember, like, I had just gotten home from school that day, and then the artist says, I won't make fun of her because she didn't do anything wrong, and then that's it. Like, that's all that person says. And I was just like, what? Like, there's something wrong with how I look? Like, I mean, I guess, like, it wasn't a good camera angle, and I didn't know what I clicked on at the time, and that was really weird. And then there were times where I would, like, know a friend of a friend. That friend would share a photo of me to that friend of a friend, and then come to find out that that person had a crush on me because of my voice or something. And then now they're, like, romanticizing me through these photos of me that I didn't even consent to being sent to them. I don't know. I would get into, like, talking stages with people without realizing, and then these people would be romantically interested in me and start flirting with me, and I would hide my face, but then I would have friends sending my face to these people, and it's weird, but I was sexualized, basically, and that made me very uncomfortable. And I was realizing that I don't like when people comment on how I look. I don't think people should comment on how other people look. And I feel like sometimes I will just go along with conversations when someone comments on someone else and just go, yeah, whatever. But I really don't like it. I don't like when people comment on other people's weight and their body and anything about them like they have the right to. I think that that's strange. Unless the person is, I don't know, doesn't take care of themselves and it's pretty prominent, and it's like, that can create a sense of worry, but that's just weird. And I don't know, I don't like that. I feel like that's why I don't feel a need to show my face. But then everyone's just like, Warnish, you should finally show your face. Like, finally, you're gonna show your face. And I'm like, I don't know. Like, I don't know if I want to show it now, but I have to because I feel like there's a lot I could do if I show my face. There's a lot better content I can make. And also, I don't care about how you feel about how I look now. I think my look shouldn't matter to you, and how I feel about it shouldn't matter to you. And you shouldn't care so much about how other people look, because that's weird. I hate it when looks are so commented on. You know, everyone will be like, yeah, personality, but then they'll talk way too much about someone they don't even know on the internet. And just they'll see their face and they'll see features that they like and obsess over that person. When did the looks ever matter to you? But teach their own. Just like, I don't know. Just don't do it to me, because it's been done to me way too many times, and I hate those types of reactions in general. This Warnish radio is getting way too long. I'm hitting the 43-minute mark, and I'm starting to get worried about how I'm gonna edit this. I'm sorry if this Warnish radio felt very weird or there's something off about it. I just really wanted to show the most vulnerable self I can be. And I've just been having a lot of weird thoughts recently that I thought I could let out through, I guess, my art, finally, and funnel it through a way that feels honest towards me. I sometimes funnel this energy towards drawings and whatever, but I'll hide it in my drawings, and I feel like I can't depict it as honestly as I can just saying it through these videos. And I hope that you enjoy these just as much as I do, because I'll watch back on other videos. My video on Lost that I made 2 years ago, that video was great. That was a great video. That was such an honest video, and I almost cried watching it because I was like, wow, I was so honest in that video. That was great. I was just, I don't know. I didn't know I had it in me that long ago, but I made pretty cool content. You know, I forgot about it, but looking back, I was like, damn, like, that was cool. But yeah, thank you for tuning in. You are cool. If you watch this video, you're cool. Tell everyone that you're cool because you watched Warnish Radio. And people who watch Warnish Radio are automatically cool. So you tell people that you're cool, and you tell them part of it's because you watch Warnish Radio, and they're gonna be like, what the fuck is that? You'll be like, you don't know because you're not cool. And then that's it. Because cool people watch Warnish Radio. Only cool people do this. Yeah. Thank you for tuning in. Goodbye.